We're in a world where accelerated change is changing every single rule of business. We're facing change, extreme change, that is going to create both risk and opportunity in an entirely new way, and the bottom line is we need to be able to change faster.
What I'm going to do in this presentation is give you a sense of what's next, what's coming. I'm going to take you in my time machine and give you a glimpse of some of the technologies, some of the key drivers.
Will you be ready? Will you be ready? What will it look like to get to become what we call future ready to do this?
Dr. James Canton is a renowned global futurist, social scientist, author, sought-after business advisor, and thought leader. He is America's leading futurist who's known for his visionary insights about the impact of emerging technologies and innovation on business and society. He offers audiences a breathtaking preview of the top megatrends that are reshaping every aspect of our lives. From incredible new breakthroughs in biology, science, and information technology to shifting consumer demographics, the changing workforce, global business, energy, climate, leadership, and security. As a leading authority on future trends and their impact on business, society, and the economy, Dr. Canton has been advising business and government for 25 years. Dr. Canton is the CEO and chairman of the Institute for Global Futurists, a San Francisco-based think tank that advises the Fortune 1000 and governments. His client list reads like a who's who of the leading companies in the world. Dr. Canton is the author of Techno Futures, a book acclaimed by business leaders as a blueprint for how emerging technologies will shape the future of business in the 21st century, and The Extreme Future, the top trends that will reshape the world in the next 20 years. His next book is The New Future. Dr. Canton is a commentator on CNN, MSNBC, and Fox, where he reports on the latest business and social trends to a worldwide audience. He served on the advisory board of MIT's prestigious Media Lab in Europe, a center for global innovation, and Motorola's Visionary Advisory Board. Dr. Canton is a senior fellow at the Knowledge Innovation Network at the Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern University. He is co-chairman of the Futures Track at the NASA-sponsored Singularity University and was also an advisor to the White House. Dr. Canton has spoken to thousands of organizations worldwide on 5 continents. Successful Meetings magazine named him one of the top presenters in the nation. A frequent guest in the media, articles about Dr. Canton have appeared in the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, U.S. News and World Reports, Fortune magazine, CEO, CIO, and CFO magazines. He has been recognized by The Economist as one of the leading futurists in the world. Dr. Canton's keynotes prepare audiences today to meet the challenges of the new future.
What does that mean when you've got an extra 2 billion potential customers on the marketplace that want your services, that want your products? Are you going to be ready to meet the challenges of this kind of explosive demand of folks that are going to leapfrog our technologies? They're not putting copper in the ground, they're going to go wireless. There are expectations for real-time portals to be able to do transactions, for it to be digital cash ready, to be able to retrieve, store, network their information for competitive advantage. As you start to reconsider and redefine your ecosystem of relationships, you're going to see demand drivers from offshore that are going to create, again, risks and opportunities. The question is, are you going to be ready? Are you going to be ready? The extreme future is all about meeting the challenges of what's coming next in all the areas I talked about that I'm going to break down. But one way to think about it is dealing with complex change. The extreme future is about dealing with a highly multidimensional world of complex, fast, and disruptive changes. Changes that are going to come much faster than ever before. And part of the reason why is because of the exponential increase of new technologies, but also the globalization of knowledge, the globalization of trade, the globalization of ideas, and the emergence of huge new markets that just didn't exist before. a couple of billion new consumers in China alone and India. And the implications of what's going to happen next over the next 25 years and how the marketplace, the demand for products and services, is going to completely transform markets that today, quite frankly, are in the earliest stages. There will be more innovations that will transform markets, that will cause disruptions in supply chains, in healthcare, in entertainment, in transportation, in energy. There will be a convergence of new trends together that will create both disruptions and opportunities as we've never seen before. There will be more change over the next 10 years, and I'm going to lay down this logic pattern and explain why, not just state it. There'll be more change over the next 10 years than the previous 50,000 years. And it's only going to get faster. It's only going to get more challenging. And increasingly, these changes are going to redefine the risk landscape. And in many regards, redefining risk and how you manage risk at the enterprise, for a nation, for a region, or even globally, whether you're talking about climate or the environment, or whether you're talking about the industrial or post-industrial environment, ultimately the challenges for your industry are going to be dramatic.
Well, welcome to the future. I'm going to take the next 45 minutes and give you a sense of what's coming next. Now, some of these innovations and some of these trends may affect your business, certainly affect your industry, but also, just maybe, they might affect you. You're going to be living in an exciting era, an era that, quite frankly, has never been seen before, because you will be living longer than any human beings of any civilization, of any era, of any society in the history of the world. Many of the innovations we're going to be talking about, and yes, a number of them affect your industry as well, but many of them affect the evolution of our society, of our global population. The emergence of 100 new megacities, going from 6 billion to potentially 8 to 9 billion people over the next 40 years, 30 to 40 years. And of course, if you're living longer, as you will be, based on many medical innovations, mapping the human genome, nanobiology, you will be around to see those. And in fact, I even did a survey with my own mother, who's approximately 80. We're not exactly sure. We keep celebrating birthdays, right? And I asked her, Mom, you're getting old. I know that. You can't quite keep up with things. But if you could download, yourself or rebuild part of you that's not working into a robot so you could play 2 rounds of golf and you could read 2 books a week and you really had your cognitive facilities and all that, would you do it? And she said, would that get you to call me more often? Would that actually work? I said, yeah, sure, we'll talk about it. Robo-Mom.